Welcome, valiant volunteers! Let's plunge once more into the perilous and powerful world of the PT boat service. PT men must make themselves the best seamen, navigators, engineers, and torpedo men possible. For the professional qualifications go hand in hand with the personal qualities. Getting to the target involves first-class navigation. Because the facilities are limited, the boats require seasoned practical navigators, who, with judgment and caution, can not only make long trips to sea by dead reckoning, but can also use celestial navigation. Thorough understanding of wind, tides, and currents is most necessary. Initiative is another quality that must be possessed and developed for PT boat service. The ability to handle unexpected emergencies and events in a cool manner, and not only satisfactorily solve the immediate problem, but to carry on and develop any possibilities that may lead from any situation. PT men must have such initiative that when the final battle does come, and single boat action develops, they will pick their hole in a screen of enemy craft, penetrate the screen, and torpedo and sink their target.
Ahoy, welcome back to Boat Crew. We're in our favourite hunting ground just off the coast of Cmdr, looking for those ever useful supplies. We have a merchant ship in a perfect position for a torpedo run. We have 2 homing torpedoes and 2 Mark 13s, as well as 6 depth charges. And the boys of PT 104 Lean Gene have been cracking keels like it's going out of fashion. They have become quite the fan of the depth charge attack on ships in shallow water, and it's proved to be quite effective. We've sent out the 2 homing torpedoes. Easy hits with those ones. There they are, starting to track now as they get within range. Letting loose with the 5-inch rockets. Trying to get some big hits before the torpedoes slam home. Oop. Our squadron boats have been whittled away, but we still have fire support. Those light torpedoes didn't seem to have much of an effect on the ship. Opening up with the rockets at close range. Those were very wide. She's dead in the water now, on fire. Soon to be fish food. The gunners faithfully staying on their station as they go under the waves. That's 1 supply ship stopped outside Cmdr. What else can we find? We've got quite the bank going, and we also have quite the kill list. Where to next? Oh, we've got another convoy coming in. Attack! Coastal tanker this time. Still have the daylight hours. Speeding up, loading up. We still have the 2 Mark 13 torpedoes. Should really just be 1 torpedo, 1 target. That way we can maximize our time out here on the water. Flares are up, they've seen us. We've got good track with the portside torpedo. We'll launch that one away. Nice and fast, the Mark 13s. Now, we're causing a lot of chaos. Our threat remains pretty high. We were rewarded last game with a support power P-38 Lightning with rockets. Because of our gains, we've had a big hit with the torpedo. She's sinking stern first. The sub-chaser is sinking bow first. And we've managed to intercept another supply run to Cmdr. They are just fortifying this place. And the more time we spend here, the more supplies we make. It's actually quite the farming ground. But the base is gradually becoming stronger and stronger. It's almost at 40 power level. Vegeta would be quaking in his boots. Now, I want to make the Japanese so angry that they send their strongest ship in the region, which will be the light cruiser. But we can't just sit off the coast farming. So let's go and scout out all the rest of the positions on this island here, starting with Buala. We've just got our territory bonus. We have over 10,000 supplies. I will look to upgrade the homing torpedoes to the better version. Shirakumo has been spotted. I believe that is a dangerous ship. I believe it is dangerous. Let's go find them. Turn off the radar so that the folks at Raketa don't detect our presence. It was 5 hours ago. Is she at rest here at Raketa? I hope so. It'll be easy kill. That's a tough base. But she's not there. We're going to move on. We have one squadron boat left. Medium base, nighttime, might be a bit tough to crack. We also don't have we don't have much in the way of ammunition left. So even if we find this destroyer, we might not be able to do much to her. So let's go home. We're a little bit low on fuel, so let's call some in quickly before we get detected. All the bases in the area lit up. Japanese continuing to assail Bolonda every day or two. They send another invasion force here. I need to find where they're coming from and stem the tide. We've got a Fubuki versus a Fletcher, as well as the accompanying fleet on both sides. Defensive battle. We're fully loaded, but let's just not get run over by the tender. First, would have been chopped in half. Right, let's just spam homing torpedoes. See if we can just get major hits here on the Fubuki. And anything else that might be around it. It's interesting that the starboard side launches off to the left, and the port side launch off to the right. It took me a moment to realize that at first, when a few of my early shots just crossed off. Doesn't really matter though. Are they tracking the little boats, or are they all going for the Fubuki? Splash, 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 splash. We've had a few hits. Some big hits next to our allied ships. That Fubuki is just getting caned by homing torpedoes, I believe. That one's doing donuts and run into our sub-chaser. Faulty torpedo. Can't even see the ship. There were just plumes of water rising into the sky. Yeah, she's crab food. Now to take out the escorts and the landing craft. And that's another assault at Bolonda stopped. Oh, the Fubuki. Just exploding. Everything exploding. Great. Fire everywhere. Landing boats are exploding. We'll run over this one. Why waste weapons on them? Is that one dead? Can't target it. Must be. We didn't even need the Fletcher here. The spam of homing torpedoes just wrecking the Fubuki's day. Shooting through our own ships. We'll top up the ammunition. Finish off these close by landing craft, and I think we're ready to move out. See if we can get a hit with a torpedo on the landing craft. Use all varieties of them. Is that tracking? It seems to be. But no contact. Obviously, these things sit on top of the water. We'll try and get some more practice in with the 5-inch rockets. That works. That one bounced off the water. Mopping them up. While we are here, let's upgrade our rocket systems. We have the money. Let's go the whole hog. Go for the massive tubes. We'll get 14 tubes per side. Ooh, if we want the ammo for it, though, we can't take a utility weapon. Again, I'm going to shy away from using the mortar this time. PT-72 used the mortar as its staple weapon for smoke screens and stuff. We are just charging straight through the hail of fire. Fortunately, our XO is going to lose his weapon. He got downgraded from the bazooka last mission. Now he's going to fight with his bare hands. But we need the money. And he spends most of his time in the water anyway. We're going to mix it up a bit and take the fight to Vangunu. Just a scouting mission for now. See what's here. Oh, there's a fleet at rest. Sub-chasers and a bunch of coastal tankers. We could do with that. It's a pretty extensive torpedo net system. But there's 2 juicy coastal tankers there sitting outside of the defense of that net. So if we go around, we can smash those 2 there. Start the engagement, charge the 3rd one. Keeping in mind this is a medium base. So they are probably going to light us up pretty quickly. Fortunately, no scout planes, so we've got plenty of time to line up a perfect attack here. Can we get 2 for 1? We got 2 for 1 in one of the earlier missions, but I believe I was using the Mark 8, which has very large splash damage. Let's see how we go. Can we get around the net to hit the other one? Oh, we could. We very well could. But we are facing the wrong direction. Alright, our torpedo's about to hit, so we need to get this one in the water very quickly. I've lost all sense of bearing. There it is. Lined up. We've just had a strike. Oh, there it is there. We wasted a lot of time between those 2 launches. Hopefully she stays put long enough for that one to get across the way. One sunk, one still remains. The one behind the net has just come to life. We're launching our tracking torpedoes as well. This one should be good. Nice solid hit there to the bow. The base is now awake. How are our homing torpedoes about to hit? One of them's going to hit the net, unfortunately. And one managed to get through and hit the coastal tanker. And she's on fire. Perfect. Yes, she went down from that. Excellent. That's what you want to see. A ship full of oil should explode like that, if you give it enough of a jump start. This one did not suffer the same fate. Oh, my game froze for a second. That's a first. Let me get the money first. That's a lot of supplies. The base is very, very close to shore. We better get some targets fired at. Got 2 Dauntless coming in, just to give us a bit of air cover. Call in the Corsair as well. Oh, I've put myself at a bit of a dead end here. Come on, get that boat around, Mr. Baker. Good job. He's now a 5-star skipper. Promotion's just thrown on thick. Our gunners also have quite the kill count. It looks like that coastal tanker did succumb to the flooding damage. Now we just have to get out there, grab the supplies. I think we will clear off the rest of the little fleet here. See how our ammunition looks after that. And we may continue the fight. Might be wise to attack here. We have a landing party ready. We have plenty of call-ins. What started as a scouting mission may very well become a full-fledged assault on Vangunu. Calling in the lightnings. Can't see them very well. I hope that translates, but we saw her. Yet to see the lightnings do anything. They are circling. But I'm not really looking at them either, so that helps. You may not have noticed, but Mr. Murray Baker just got thrown overboard. So we need to get someone on the helm. And Mr. Stephen Sisk has taken that job. Because the XO, Mr. Vittori, had his hands full of ammunition at the time. I didn't know about that guy. He's not really there when I need him. Most of the time he's in the water, as I've said before. But yet he still continues to get promotions. We have an invasion fleet available. I believe the raid has been recognized, yes. So Vangunu will be taken. Invasion of Bolonda. Oh man, they've taken it back. Just as the defensive fleet left, by the look of it. We're going to have to go down there and fuck. To help with the ensuing debauchery, we're going to add some more squadron boats. Just the one. So we have a 3-pack then. Bolonda has a destroyer. We're going to wreck him. We are back at Bolonda. We're angry that they can't seem to hold this base. Where's the DD? Did I misread the unit icons? I think I did. Well, that doesn't matter. They're going to have a literal swarm of 5-inch rockets. Let's see if we can get some effect from that barrage. It's 28 5-inch rockets. Ooh, a motor gun boat sitting at the pier has just been absolutely smashed by a rocket sailing through the bridge roof. Would have liked to hit a sub-chaser, but we have plenty more rockets where they came from. There is no base here because it keeps being constantly annihilated. So once we clear out the fleet, we'll have to send another invasion fleet back. Which does tie up our forces a lot. Take that! The rage of the rocket. That's kind of insane. Got him. Got him real good. He's on fire. We've already been awarded the kill. Yet to sink. Massive, massive roll to starboard. This minesweeper taking hits to the rear. Oh, there's a sub-chaser here too. You want some? You want some? Oh, smashing him. Lifting the hull out of the water. Is that all of them? I think we just saw a dark side to the skipper. He's got a bit of rage boiling beneath the surface. Back to Avu Avu for a resupply. Now we need to tidy up the crew roles. So I'm not going to have a dedicated medic anymore. We're going to have a gopher. He's just going to do whatever we need him to do. But we'll fit him out as an armed loader for now. His role is a loader to begin with, but he has the skills to be a medic. We're going to make sure this guy has the right hat. Everyone must have the right uniform. And this guy needs to be a gunner with better protection, especially since he is our 20mm gunner. I think that pretty much tidies up the roles, and we need to rename this guy. And we come into this section, rename the slot, and we will call him Gopher. Go for this, go for that. Boat's looking great. We've got an 8-pack of depth charges on each side. We've got the Mark 13s and the homing torpedoes. We've got 28 rockets. Let's go hunting. We want to find a big target for this video. Not just about farming cows here. We've got the Zuki and the Zuki, two extremely dangerous ships, Zuki class destroyers, 8 100mm guns. Zuki is right there. Zuki is right there, by the look of it. Yes, we have one Zuki about to assault the base, and we need to stop them. 1st of September 1942, and we've had our first sighting of a dangerous class of warship, and it's bearing down on us to attack. Alright. Take a breath, steel yourselves. Remember, the first tenet of motor torpedo boat doctrine is to use any and all weapons to maximum effect. So that includes rockets, depth charges, torpedoes, 50 cals, and 20 mils. The order of action will be, we are attacking from ahead. We want to minimize the amount of guns that thing can shoot at us. It will only take a small adjustment on his part to get all of his guns to bear. So we're going to run down the line of the formation. We're going to smash his entire escort force. Try and get an attack off. And we will adapt to the situation as it unfolds. If we have an opening, we will charge straight through to him. Oh, I've got the hiccups. I've got the stress hiccups. It's not a good time. Take a breath. Steel the diaphragm. We have contact. Flares are up. They've seen us. Now we're going to keep adjusting our course using a slashing attack to get all of our guns to bear on their targets, as well as dodge the insane amount of rapid fire guns that this Zuki class has. Not to mention the sheer amount of 25mm guns that it has on the deck. It's going to make mincemeat of us if we let it. We're going to take some shots with the rockets. Get out of here. I'm not liking my chances at this angle. We've got good hits on the escort. We've smashed the rest of the smaller boats, but we're not at a great angle to fight an Zuki, so we're going to extend. We're losing men overboard. There are only 5 men left. Murray Baker's at the helm. Oh man, we've lost everyone overboard, and I can't risk going back. Cannot risk it. He's chasing us down too. He's a fast destroyer. He won't catch us, but he can certainly stay within range for a while. While he's focused on the squadron boat, let's turn around and get ready for our final attack run. We don't have anyone to load the guns, but we don't need guns where we're going. Homing torpedo away. Turning away to dodge. Oh, boost. Big hits to the rear, but there's no one on the rear anymore. They're all still swimming. They're actually all surrounding the Zuki now. They're going to get a front row seat to this attack. Slamming home with the Mark 13s. 4 torpedo hits. Drop the depth charges. 6 of them overboard. Massive plume of water. Will the Zuki survive? Taking out the main guns. There's too much damage. Take that, you bastards. Whoa, we nearly hit our friends with the the rocket barrage. Mr. Baker has quite the aggressive streak to him. He yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to delve deeper into the history of Mr. Murray Baker. He has a special type of fury, I think. But he refuses to be interviewed. He doesn't like the limelight on him at all. An enigma of a man wrapped in a mystery. Well, we've got some critical damage, but everybody is on the hammer. Mr. Baker's still on the helm. We're picking up the last of our crew. There's a lot of damage to the boat. The only way we could have saved that was to have everyone switching over to a different role. Despite the massive damage to the boat, and the fact that nearly everybody had a drink, Mr. Baker has insisted that we follow after the last remaining Japanese ship. And we're going to use every single rocket that we have on board, which there are a few, to let this guy know that we're on his tail. Barrage coming down. Scattered everywhere. That would be great for bombardment. On the shore positions, I think we just had a hit. Maybe one hit? It's alright, the tubes will be loaded in a moment. Try again. Let them run in the shade. I'm going to try that during an attack run as well. Just like close range, just absolutely smash a destroyer. Probably not an Akizuki, because that was pretty hairy. And that took everything that we had to win. The damage was right on the borderline of being irreparable. The fact that we had no repair kits didn't help. We've had no effect with the rockets, but the Japanese are absolutely packing bricks at the moment. They just saw an advanced warship that's just arrived in the theater get absolutely decimated and then destroyed. Systematically destroyed. And the P-38 Lightnings are coming with their rocket pods. And so we have consigned this ship to a rockety death. Don't shoot the 50. Stop. Squadron boat wants a piece. They need to write something in their action book. P-38s are coming around. We might get to see them in action. Pretty resilient ship. It's just exited the combat zone. There comes the rocket barrage from the P-38. And the strafing run, taking down the minesweeper. Well done. A successful mission all around. And so, that brings us to the end of another episode. And I've been experimenting with the camera controls to try and get some cool shots. And I was thinking, what is the story of Mr. Murray Baker? And I would like you to help me with that story. So come up with a possible background history for Mr. Baker. And we'll see which one the community likes the most and go from there. Whatever the history, I mean, it might not even be fact. We can be certain that Mr. Baker is going to make a name for the PT boat. And the crew of PT-104 are faithfully going to stand by his side. Let's hope they can make it through the war. I'm Commander Tyrael from the decks of PT-104, signing off.